What's up to the behind the scenes of A Horrible Dream, for a short film for Halloween. Now we are going to be going into an aspect of the look. This whole week is going to be more about the look of the film. This is a very important aspect which we're going to be dealing with today, which is finding the setting. Finding a setting is really a crucial part in a film. Luckily it was very easy in this film as we really didn't need big locations or anything. But when it comes to Hollywood film, this is the make it or break it for your film. Now I cannot stress this enough, the most important part of film is basically a setting. Of course, there is more important things such as story, audio and all of that, but a lot of the really important stuff lies within your setting. Because if you have, for example, an adventure film in an action place, like a little dorm room or something like that, it's not gonna make sense. So a location can really make it or break it, not to mention the colors in the location. So if you want it to be really crazy war look, you want a broken down house or something, don't you? Just for an example. So a World War II setting in Berlin, broken down house. But if you don't have a broken down house, every building is nice. Of course, maybe it was early on in the war or something, but maybe it's, right at the end. It's meant to be broken down, basically. And it's meant to have, pieces of newspaper on the streets. But if you make it look like it is a modern industrial place, it's not gonna sell that it's World War II. So that is just an idea as to how important setting is for your film. However, this film really narrowed down our options as we needed a bed and a computer, which we only have a very few rooms in this house that have that. So it narrowed down our options very little. Now we used a fluorescent light inside of this room, which is where the main location was, and we bounced it across the room to give a dark vibe. Now we'll go over more of the lighting later on this week, but that's just the main idea of our lighting setup. Now something I've been doing for the past year, which has been very helpful, is moving around things. This helped a ton for on a whiteboard, fair for iDocumentary, and a lot for in the light. These things really help, especially when it comes to horror. I mean, just a quick example. I'm busy thinking at the top of my head. You have a little statue, and it's a dark green color, but it's very saturated green. So it's dark, but it's really saturated. Now, when you're in post, he's walking to the desk, for example. There's a very saturated green thing. Now, you want it to be a very desaturated vibe with grain and all that, sort of like our film was. Now, when he walks to the desk, there's gonna be this green figure. Now, of course, you can use secondary grading inside of not Premiere Pro. You could do it inside of Premiere Pro, but you can do that inside of Speed Grade. But now that's just gonna add tons of post-production work, which can sometimes take a lot of time, especially in Speed Grade, because it's very complicated using a 12-bit color engine. So it's 12 channel, I mean. So it is very confusing to try and fix that in post. It does work very easily still, but why bother in post when you can fix it in production? So that's what we did. We moved everything around to give it, just a horror vibe, and to sort of also express what the character was. If you look at on a whiteboard, we added a few extra, Uncharted figures, Batman figures and all that on a shelf over there, which you walked to at one point, he was standing right next to. So automatically that shows, oh, he's a video game person, he's a comic person. It can show different things like that. So just the setting alone, just by moving a few things, can really make it much better. Now, one of the very big parts about, as I just said, moving things around, was our living room scene, which is where he walks through the hallway and then he sees the TV with the, the no signal input lines, those little color lines. So that was a shot on the Steadicam, which, by the way, we're probably not gonna ever talk about that, but we used a Steadicam and we used warp stabilizer instead of Adobe Premiere Pro. We'll probably get through that though in the long behind the scenes. That's how we did that long, nice, smooth moving shot. But the hard part was that there was a lot of tables and couches there and everything, which really made it cluttered and also didn't provide a good moving path for the Steadicam, because we wanted it to move in and then position itself right in front of the TV. So that was gonna be really hard with all those tables. So we ended up moving a large table, tons of couches, so that it could feel not only that it's easier for the Steadicam, but it feels like more of an empty room. It's like, this emptiness everywhere, so that the center of attraction is truly the TV. It's not like a room and a TV. It's more like walls and a TV, if you could put it that way. So that was really important, and it really helped. It sort of added a little bit of a, cool sort of a location. I mean, we can do that again, move a few extra things, and we can really make it completely different storyline, make it, you know, maybe an action film or something where it's, you know, person stands right in the middle of the room, it's an empty room. Really, a lot of things we could have done there, so that was really helpful. Not also to mention how much more lighting configurations were possible with that. So that has been it for the finding setting. Now, of course, finding the setting. And now, of course, this is very, very hard to go on and on about. I mean, you know, if it's a big film with tons of settings, you can go on and on about it. But this film really only had one proper setting, so it really wasn't that much. Of course, we did also have a bathroom scene. That was just a plain bathroom. We just bounced the light. We'll carry on with the lighting later on. But that was a very, very quick little thing, probably. Don't know, maybe it's more than 4 minutes. I don't know. You can check it out on YouTube. But yeah, check out the little timeline thing over there. So if you guys did enjoy this video though, behind the scenes of A Horrible Dream, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and keep watching this week for some more of the look that we got for A Horrible Dream. So until the next behind the scenes video, we'll see you guys. Well then.